Good morning, everybody. Here we are at Atwood Lake. Beautiful sunrise this morning. Nice, fresh, cool morning. It's supposed to go up in the 70s. I'm here working for muskingum watershed. If you look behind me here, these logs, there's like 12 of them at least that are going to get cut up, and they need to bring the skid steer and move them around for me. Then after that, we got moved the mill and cut 6 more just down the road here. So I got to wait for them to show up to see how exactly I want to set up. And because of the sawdust, they want to try to keep it all in one place as much as possible.
Well, so this morning I was sawing a couple hours this morning. Then I decided to do a little bit of videoing, and you can hear right here very directly the engine just cuts off on me, and I couldn't figure out what happened. Long story short, I diagnosed it, and the fuel pump went out in this thing, and I don't know, it must have been a faulty fuel pump or something. And fortunately enough, I was able to go up the road and got a used fuel pump. Wouldn't you know it, they happened to have one. And I was trying to start it up, wasn't sure what happened yet. And I got it fixed, and Timber King's sending me a new one. Well, I had the used one on here. And going out of here with the muskingum watershed. And they call me every once in a while to come cut their logs up because they take trees down, and instead of letting them go to waste, they'll call me up and get some of them cut into boards so they can put them into birdhouses and wildlife boxes. So it gets used for some good, and some of the stuff gets put back into firewood. They have a guy come in once in a while, take some firewood out, and I put all of this into 1-inch boards. And some of the stuff I put into 4x4s because they're using it for frisbee golf in some of their locations. Beach City, they have an area there where the Beach City Dam, they have an area where they start up the golf course, like frisbee golf, which is pretty cool. And that's what some of this lumber's getting used for. So I mean, it was pretty handy, rather than throwing everything away and letting it rot. And here I'm using board return. I always like to make a couple cuts when I'm doing 1-inch stuff before I use the board return, so I don't have to return it every time and take the time and stack it all. So I just take a couple cuts and drag it back. It's a lot easier doing that when you're a one-man operation. You don't have somebody taking the lumber off. Here we had to put 2 logs on the loading arms at once because they were stacked kind of close to the sawmill. So if I bring one up at a time and bring the loading arms down, it'll land on top of the other log, and I can't get my loading arms below it because they rest on top of the log. And here's the last log on this job site here before I moved the mill down to the bottom. And they ended up having another 1,000 board feet down at the bottom that I cut for them. And I mean, I can't complain about this. It's a beautiful day, 70-some degrees. And you can see as I turn the log is set back a little bit further than I like, because the log turner is only it's like toward the front end of the log, and I was still able to turn it, but you get some of the bigger logs that they're harder to turn if the log's set back too far. You want the energy chain in the middle of the log, that we can pick the whole log up and turn it. If not, you're just kind of doing the front end of it, and it's kind of handy. But I do use the log clamp sometimes to move the log around. Yeah, I hope you enjoy these videos that I'm putting out. Like and subscribe, and I will try to putting some more on here in the near future. And I like videoing, but I like working better, so I kind of slack in the video end of it.